Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this video, we're going to be doing part 3 of the 2017 Q&A series. You guys asked a ton of questions, and I've answered a lot of them, but there are still a bunch more, so I'm going to keep working my way up. If you want to ask a question that I haven't answered yet, go to the link right there, click that little circle, it'll bring up a video, you click on that, that's the video you want to post your questions in. That's the only place I'm looking. The comment section for this video is strictly for a discussion of those questions that I'm talking about in this video. Alright, let's move on. David Malavi asks, have you ever made a wrestling figure, and how's the Akuma statue going? I have not made a wrestling figure, and I never will. I have no interest in wrestling at all. I have a very big dislike for wrestling. Sorry, guys. And the Akuma statue, I decided not to do the legs. It's just going to be a bust, so I'm working out how to make like a base for that thing. And then I just need to paint it and add the, like I put his hand out here, so I have to add the Ryu headband that's hanging down. I'm going to make that out of some red spandex. So it's coming along. It's just, I don't get paid to make that, so it's just kind of on the back burner while I'm doing commissions and things like that. I will be selling it though, because I have no interest in keeping it. So eventually it'll make me money, but probably not anywhere near equal to the amount of time I've put into it, which is over 100 hours and lots of materials. Not really the best lucrative decision I've ever made, but you never know. Gotta try things, right? Khalifa Al-Tayi, I probably screwed your name up. Why haven't you ever really played any of the Metal Gear games? They weren't on consoles. I had sometimes, and other times I just never was into them because I hadn't played previous ones, so I just never got into them. Don't have anything against them. Just happened to be one of those things I never played, so I never played it. I played the demo for Metal Gear Rising Revengeance with Raiden. That was cool, but I guess most people don't consider that like a real Metal Gear game since it was such a departure. But that was kind of fun. I like the characters, I just haven't really gotten into it. Suspended Arts has 2 questions. First question is, do I think I'll ever get married? And the second question is, when you were in school, were you an independent person, or did you hang out with groups of friends, like the cool kids or the nerds or the sports teams? I appreciate your daily videos. Thanks. Thank you. I'm glad you like the videos. I'm glad I have the ability to provide those daily videos for you guys. So first question is, do I think I'll ever get married? I wouldn't mind it. It would be nice to not be alone forever, but it's not exactly easy to find both. Well, there's 2 problems here. I work for myself out of my house, so that automatically cuts me off from the place most people meet their significant others, which is a work environment. So that's already problematic. Problem number 2 is what I do. I play with toys for a living, as most people would see it. Now, it's not actually what I do, but it's kind of like what I do. So it's not exactly the biggest turn on to the opposite sex. So yes, I hope someday I can find somebody who likes this stuff enough to tolerate me, but I'm not counting on it. Let's put it that way. So do I think it'll happen? It's a 50-50 shot. We'll see. And what was the other question? Oh, was I independent in school? Yeah, I've always been independent for the most part. Not so much that like a loner, but I'm kind of an alpha type of person. Like, I mean, you have alpha and beta as they like to categorize people. I'm definitely not a beta. So I did have friends that we hung out with. I have a twin brother. You guys probably know that. So we generally had the same groups of friends and generally had the same classes because we're identical twins. That kind of thing happens. So we had like one group of friends that it wasn't the cool kids, because at least when I was in school, the cool kids were the kids who didn't do well in school and did drugs and things like that, and I did not want to be part of that. So we were the other cool kids, which were the kids that did well in school and played sports and stuff. And then there was the other group of kids who were the cool kids, who were the ones who played sports and stuff, but were the ones who did the drugs and that kind of thing. So I wasn't in that. I was in the academic athlete group, and we did have some friends and we hung around and stuff, but it wasn't like I don't talk to any of them now except for one person, and he wasn't one of the athlete people. So anyway, yeah, I didn't have like a ton of friends or anything like that. I found in what experience I do have in life, like I said, I'm only 29, it's better to have fewer friends that are good friends than a bunch of friends that aren't your friends, and that's why I only still talk to one of them. That's probably too few for most people, but that's the way it goes. I only had 100 people in my graduating class, so there wasn't a lot to choose from. True American Reject wants to know, why do your cats seem to like your review station so much? Also, how goes the move? Cats like to get into whatever you're doing. I could be sitting in a corner, like looking at a wall, and the cat would be between me and the wall, because that's what they do. The review station, it's even more important, so they have to get involved even more, so that's all it is. Cats love to get in the way, and they love attention. That's why we like them, though, right? And then how's the move going? Slowly, problematically, but eventually it'll happen completely, and then everybody will be happy. Bernadine Jacques. I don't know. I don't do the French. I don't parle français. That's not. I don't think that's. I don't parle. Je parle. Nope. I don't know. I don't know French. Malin, that's your last part of your name. What's your opinion about Hot Toys War Machine Mark 1 Iron Man 2 movie versus SH Figure Arts War Machine Mark 1 Iron Man 2 movie? About the figure itself, price point, and which is a better figure. Those are really not comparable items, not even close. The SH Figure Arts one was really nice for the price point, though the proportions were a little bit weird, and I think the price point has gone up a lot. The Hot Toys version was a really nice version, lacking a lot of detail, but you can buy decals for that, and I'm pretty sure that one's price point has gone up a lot. So definitely the Hot Toys is a better recreation of the character, but it's not that easy to pose, and it's very expensive, so maybe stick with the figure arts. I don't know. You guys ask me questions like this, I can't give you which one to buy type answers. I get that a lot, actually. It's all personal opinions on your end. My end is to review the figure as it is, and I can't really compare different figures because they're too different. So that's up to you guys' personal preference, that kind of thing. I never reviewed the War Machine, though. I just happened to... My brother had one, so I know a little bit about it. The Hot Toys. Did I say Hot Toys? The Hot Toys. I did do the SH Figure Arts. You can check that video if you want to. Matthew Peter. What other hobbies do you enjoy besides collecting figurines and sculpting? They're action figures, not figurines. And what sports do you like to play or watch? Well, I'll do the sports thing first. As I was growing up, I played most sports. I only did 1 year of football because I just never really enjoyed football, even though I'm a big person. It's not fun for me. I don't like bending over all the time. And I don't like having to stop constantly, so I just never liked football. And the teams where I lived were all garbage. But I played soccer my whole life, very successful at soccer, both on good teams and personally successful, so I really like soccer a whole bunch, but I don't have time or the physical ability to play soccer anymore. I just don't keep myself in shape enough. Lots of running, and I hate to run. Even when I played, I hated running. But so soccer for sure. Did play basketball a fair bit, but coaching issues at my high school. Coach was a butthole, so most of the team quit multiple times, and I just ended up not playing after the first couple of seasons. So that didn't work out. But basically basketball and soccer. I did play some baseball here and there, some tennis, but basketball and soccer. I'll still watch the Cavs occasionally because I'm from the Cleveland area, especially since they won last time. I'll watch the Cavs, but I don't watch any sports regularly. I never have. I don't know what it is, but I've never really enjoyed watching other people play sports. I was either interested in playing or not interested at all. I don't know. It's just the way it is. And then other hobbies other than the collecting and sculpting, video games. Obviously, I play a lot of video games. I love video games. I love watching movies. And I'm not like the biggest gearhead, but I am into cars, and I have had a nice car for a while, but I'm going to be selling it soon, so sad face. It's just not practical enough, and I want to upgrade it or just get something more reasonable. Venom3254 wants to know what my biggest accomplishment has been. I'm assuming he means in life in general, not just for YouTube and stuff, because I'm still waiting to hit that 100,000 mark for subscribers. I've already been over 1 million views per month on and off for like the last 2 years, so I'm just going to go with life in general, and that would have been graduating college with honors probably. I don't have kids or anything like that, so I don't have any like real tangible accomplishments other than my career in education. My education/career, and the career hasn't done it yet, clearly. So it has to be the education. So graduating college, what was it? Was it summa cum laude, magna? I don't know. It was one of those. It wasn't the very top one. It was the second one, whatever that was. So I guess that counts. And then I got, because you have to take an exam when you're going to be an educator. kind of like you have to pass the bar to be a lawyer, that kind of thing. I passed that with recognition of excellence or something like that. I don't know, which it's all pointless because I don't do that anymore, but I guess that would be it. Dante the Speedrunner 69. Gotta get that in there at the end. There you go. First part is, you hyped about Dragon Ball Super English dub? Yes, but I've heard the first part of it is not so great, so I'm not going to even bother watching it until there's more, and then I can just binge it and get to the good stuff. And number 2, do you like rock/metal? Yes, but only if it's non-vocal for the most part. Only instrumentals. And number 3, who's your favorite Dragon Ball character? He's got a bunch of questions here. I didn't realize there were so many. Favorite Dragon Ball character has to be... I want it to be Piccolo, but they've just kind of shirked him lately. He doesn't have that much to do, unless he's back into it in Super. I don't know. I want to like Piccolo, but I like Vegeta a whole bunch. And then lastly, do you like Kamen Rider? Never watched it, don't know much about it. So I don't, but I don't dislike it because I don't know anything about it. I'm ignorant on the topic. Adrian Guevara, are you into any sports? If so, what's your favorite team? Like I said, soccer, basketball, but then it would be the Cavs, I guess, but I really don't follow any sport. All right, Simeon. I don't know how to pronounce that name. The one guy in GTA has that name, and I can never remember how to pronounce it, so I apologize. And then I'm definitely not going to pronounce your last name. Korochov? Is that it? I'm sorry if it's not right. Arnold Schwarzenegger versus Sylvester Stallone. Who would win in a fight? I've heard Sylvester Stallone actually used to be a boxer prior to being in Rocky. I don't know if that's accurate, but if that's true, then him. Arnold's not a fighter in any way. He's just a big muscly guy. Okay, Jose Valle, I'm sorry. Hey, Anthony, do you have a wife/girlfriend? And if so, do they ever get upset that you spend money on action figures? I know my girlfriend gets upset at me. I don't, so I don't have to worry about it. I have had girlfriends while I was collecting. They didn't care. It didn't matter. So, sorry you have that problem. Maybe you need to collect a new girlfriend. I don't know. That's up to you. Michael Diaz, how did you create the opening/ending tunes for all your videos? I find it really catchy. I didn't. It's part of my editing software. I just took a chunk out of one background music song and I kind of modified it a little bit in Audacity, and that's it. I don't get to take much credit for that at all. X-Man96. This is going to be the last question for this video. Who's your favorite male and female superheroes? My favorite male would be Batman. Definitely Batman. My favorite female superhero, that's a good question. I would go with... I've always really liked Psylocke. No, I like Rogue. I'm going to go with Rogue. Rogue it is. Alright guys, thanks for the questions. I still have a bunch to go through. I thought there were fewer than there are. There's a ton. So just keep sticking around. If you have more questions, post them in that video, the original video. That's the only one I'm going to check. If you want to discuss what I've talked about in this video, do that in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, guys. I have new videos up every single day. We talk about stuff like this. We do action figures, movies, TV shows, video games, live streaming, all kinds of stuff. I don't know why I'm moving like this. No, I'm just kidding around. Anyway, give me a thumbs up on the video if you liked it. That does help out a whole bunch. Make sure you turn on notifications so you can see when I do upload videos. And in the meantime, keep collecting. Nah, we're just going to ignore you because that's a dumb question.